When They See Us, Netflix limited series.
Yeah.
There we go.
Published 2019, if I'm not wrong.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Released.
I think the end of 2019 it was. I remember.
All right, Sven. Anything you want to say up front?
Yeah, it's directed by Ava DuVernay. She was also the director of 13th and the film Selma about the Civil Rights War with Martin Luther King on the rise.
All right.
Is my mom here?
It's just us. You and us. Who you were in the park with?
I don't know names. I just got lost.
Where did you see the lady?
One lady.
The female jogger was severely beaten and raped. Every black male who was in the park last night is a suspect. I need all of them.
What's going on with my son?
Your son was involved in rape in Central Park.
No,
Wait a minute. Wait a second.
They saw you rape the lady. I didn't see a lady or hit anyone.
I didn't see any lady.
Kevin.
I didn't see any lady. I want to see my son right now. Right now.
Whatever he said,
Zoning on the road.
Nothing in these boys' state matches the central facts of the crime. All we need is for one to tie this whole thing together.
These tapes are not as clean as the state would have you believe.
There is injustice happening here.
There is not one shred of evidence.
Imagine the frenzy of these teenagers.
Ripping off her
They
clothes.
are innocent of these
They
crimes.
are guilty.
They want us like this.
What other way they ever do us?
And I haven't looked back
I've been having these dreams.
since I met
I keep hearing these footsteps. And they coming closer and closer. That's me. Coming to bring you home. They said if I went along with it, that I could go home. And that's all I wanted.
The police will do anything. Lie on us, they will lock us up, they will kill us.
This is my life.
I don't think we should admit to something that we didn't do. Okay, we keep fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, where do we start?
I think I haven't seen this one. I think it's and you can confirm that or not, but I think it's a lot. This seems like the kind of series that's too much for me.
Yeah.
Too much of what?
Too much of like what we talked about before. In this kind of sense, I'm a bit John Coffey, that it's too
much glass in your brain.
Yeah, too much glass in my brain. I feel that like by seeing the trailer at least.
Yeah, well, I can agree with that. Although it was not too much for me, it was overwhelming for me. It was sad. It was hard. It was breathtaking. It was uncomfortable to watch and unbearable to binge. Also, it was it was too heavy.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
It's also the advice of the director, by the way, to not binge.
Impossible to binge.
Right.
Yeah.
She said you have to take a moment in between to digest what happened, and because it's sometimes they say the imaginary overtakes the reality, but in this case, reality overtakes maybe what you could ever imagine. We write 1989. And a woman is being raped and murdered in Central Park in New York, and it's a true story about 5 teenagers, 4 Afro-American, 1 Latino, and they're all teenagers and they're being accused and imprisoned but they were innocent, and you can see it from the beginning on. But they were under,
they were hunted, literally.
They were hunted. They were with 5 investigators at a table with a teenage boy being forced to how you say, declare that they did it, that they said things they didn't. They were forced to say things they didn't say, and to
played out against each other, played out against their parents, everything.
Yeah, they were. So
how many episodes is it?
4.
Yeah. Of 1 hour and 1.5.
I thought 1 hour.
I think 1 hour, and after that also there's another. The director had a show with Oprah. They did an interview with the cast and with the real people after. Did you see that, Sven, or not?
No.
It's also on Netflix. It's very. Oh, just watch it. It's very interesting. You see the real people versus the cast. It's very interesting how they end up now.
Yeah.
And one of them is became a very famous lawyer, if I'm correct, and also a civil rights person. He really got out of it good, and the other ones also. But you can see the scars. For me, this trailer again literally gave me goosebumps. I saw it.
It makes you feel things. Yeah, that's also what I had. Why I said
exactly. You didn't even see it. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
It comes into your face like, okay,
and
this is something.
This is still what you see in the trailer. Is still nothing to what you see in the show. I think I watched it end of last year or beginning of this year. I don't remember, but I wanted to watch it with my girlfriend, but I ended up watching it alone, and I had moments that I thought I was gonna cry. Literally, it's so overwhelming and heavy. And again, what we talked about several times already, that came out of everyone's mouth, is like, Sven also really said it really good to the previous movies. Like, why? Like how this? How can you have this? How can you look at other people that are people, and just because they have a different color, you can look at them like this and treat them like this? And I think it's weird, white man saying this maybe, but for me, as a human being, this trying to understand what's happening, especially now, but always what's happening in any part of the world with racism, this show really brought it to light to me. And number one is also something that has all scenes in it that's like ridiculously, painfully impressive. But this show is just like the way this director, I think it's. This is maybe a good thing with the thesis we set. This is something so heavy. The way she made it for me is pure art. I don't know what you think of that, Sven.
Yeah. Yes. But it's also educating a lot.
Yeah,
it shows you really what institutional racism is in the US. Because you see that the police officer of New York, the crime rates were high, and she was influenced by higher powers, which being Donald Trump, who spent $85 million on advertisement in newspapers to give these guys the death penalty. And some trivia on the side, he was asked last year because of this series if he wants to make excuses about that, but he still doesn't want to make excuses,
of course not.
Which shows his true side. But beside that, I think it shows really because they also used the original news footage, how the Daily Journal was speaking about this case.
It was a media frenzy also.
How institutional racism works, and also I think how it is for victims like them, for these young guys. Their lives were ruined. One guy who was not even at a Central Park was punished the worst. He was put in the adult prison, and with all the consequences of that. It shows the face of victims who are innocent, and the consequences of being punished by that. I think also.
I think to join what you just said, to finish said is maybe different. It's like it doesn't even. It shows more even that. When you're a young black man, especially now, still, but those times, you simply you don't stand a chance.
No.
If they need to find a perpetrator, you don't have a chance. If you're in a neighborhood, or even the guy that was punished the worst, he wasn't even there. And it shows you from the first episode, shows you that there was no reason to even like go after them, as I think as a black man, young man especially, these guys were very young. That's why it's more impressive, I think. And if these guys were all 18, it would have been still horrible. But because they were so young,
how young were they?
And I think
between 14 and 16.
Oh wow! And some of them got sentenced for adult prison.
Yeah, because he was the oldest. He was 16 already. But it was even illegal what they did. I don't think it was allowed what they did. They put him a couple of months in juvenile, and then they went immediately to. Yeah, it was very bad, and the acting is very good done by the young kids. It's very impressive. There's a famous what is the name of the Mexican? He's not Mexican, I think. The father of the Latino kids. He's from ER. A very famous actor and also comedian.
Raymond Santana was the Latino character, but I don't know.
Yeah, but the father.
I don't know.
He's really famous, also a doctor from ER, but it doesn't matter. So the acting of the parents is very impressive. The lawyer is the guy from Dawson's Creek, Joshua Jackson. He plays. I think it's his first big important role. It's like one of his first more intelligent shows. We know, of course, some other stuff, but acting is very good. The colors they used also made it more.
Yeah, you can see it. And I think what you get a bit from this trailer is that they almost have a bit the documentary feel to it.
Yeah, Buzz, I see you having a tough time, so I think we have to move on to number two of you.
Yeah, let's move on. Like I said in before, this is. I don't think I will watch this now. I think this is where for me I have to draw a line.
I honestly would say I think you should give it a try at least. It's worth it.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe so for
not because it's so heavy, because that part is not nice. And if you really don't
for the quality for the filmmaking, you mean also?
I think this director, like, she didn't make so many movies yet. I think she made only 4.
She's up and coming now. She's also in the mix for other things.
Yeah, this is so yeah. If you cut it, the very heaviness of it, which is hard, of course. So maybe that's why you won't want to try it, but. It will educate you in a way that I think it's worth it. Let's say that. Yeah. Like you have to, but I think if you want to give it a try, I think you should try.
Don't forget to hit the like button if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel and help us out grow the channel. And then we see you next time.